we were told they would be here, the weekend or the week of May 20. It was a Friday. Let me go back and look so I'm perfectly clear. May the 24th is when they were supposed to be here originally. When I spoke to them on the phone, I hadn't heard or spoke to anybody since then. And then, I think Maggie, reached out to them, through her contacts, and we got this new timeline. Excuse me. That's on the very back of our, yeah, it's on the back of the agenda, on the back of the minutes is what I was looking for, but yeah, on the back of your, packet for tonight. So, you can kind of look and see they plan on being here Friday to get started on it. And, I think we're ready for them. I've double checked, triple checked over there. Some of the playground equipment, when it was taken up, some of the people that bought it actually pulled the concrete up, and some of them cut the bolts or cut the pipe off at the ground, and we've looked and looked and looked. I actually found 4 more pieces over there this last week. So we got all that up. My fear is that they'll get here and look and say, well, this should have been done. But from what I was told and what I understand, all that is supposed to have been done is the playground equipment to be removed, and that's been done. Like I said, we've walked it and kicked and searched and got everything up that we can. There's still some old weed barrier over there, and I'm doing my best to pull it up, and try to get as much of it removed as possible. I just don't know what else we need to do. We're kind of in a holding pattern, waiting on those guys to show up. We can't even get our cameras buried. They told me to go ahead and bury our conduit and run our lines. But, if we lay a line somewhere where they have to dig a hole or dig a trench, then we have to start over. So I'm kind of waiting so we can, do ours after they're done. I don't want to mess their stuff up, but I certainly don't want mine dug back up after we, spend all this money that we're fixing to do. The conduit's been purchased, the underground cable's been purchased. We've got everything that, HCC requested, said would be the best for these camera systems, so we wouldn't have any more issues with them. And that's where we're at, with the park. Yes, sir, this Friday. Yes, sir. I see them, it's a high traffic area anymore because people are coming just to see how the progress is coming, and, they're disappointed as we are.
Um, just wanted to see if you had any update on the fence posts and the bricks, that we had talked about at last meeting.
No, sir. I mean, I thought y'all would discuss getting some kind of a plaque or something. I think that's where we landed, is with a plaque. Is that right?
Yeah, we want to do the plaque, but I think we had also talked about maybe trying to, doing some of the brick and making that available to the public, I guess, to see. The April minutes mentioned that, you were gonna check out, who makes the plaques, and also maybe about the bricks and those costs.
I brought the brick cost, meeting previous and gave those to you. I believe it was, $18 a brick. We were gonna sell them for $100 a brick. And that was on the meeting prior. And then, that's, making Monument or something like that. It's not the Monument, but it's a trophy company in Lafayette that makes the plaques. I don't know if they'll be able to handle one this big or not. I've not spoke to them, but, it's gonna be a massive plaque, or we're gonna have to scatter smaller plaques throughout like I said, there's 1,100, somewhere between 11 and 1,500 names. And that's, to put that on a readable plaque is gonna be a considerable plaque. Yes, sir. I wrote a couple of things down, numbers wise. We've had 1,250 some visitors so far this year. 1,243, sorry, that's an average of 52 a day. On the Tuesdays, we're having 120 plus to come in for the late night swim. So that's been a good deal. Pool parties not doing that good at all. We've got 13 pool parties booked, 9 are paid for and 4 are not paid for. And I think we've sold 6 season passes, 6 season passes.
Do you know why it's a, I mean, we usually have a pool party stay booked. Do you have any idea what's?
In my opinion, we've priced ourselves out of it. I mean, it's a lot of money. I think it's somewhere between $75 and $100 cheaper to do it in Lafayette. And no, it's expensive.
Maybe it's something we can reconsider next year when we look into this. I mean, it's pool parties, it was usually stayed booked.
In my opinion, I feel like we could sell every day for $150 a night. And, you know, that's a whole lot better than 6 of them at $225. So I'd much rather look at that and get that done. Same way with season passes. It's just out of some people's reach. You know, I've heard them blow. I've been up there when people's asked about the parties or called about the parties, and they just say it's just too much. So it's definitely something we'll have to look over.
How's the employees, lifeguards? You've been having good shape on all that?
Yes. Everybody's doing great this year. Hadn't lost anybody. We had one that didn't show up for the training here, and she missed her training in Lafayette as well. So we've been down one. But all the girls that fell in picked up slack. We don't have anybody that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're all showing up on time. They're doing their job. They're towing the line. It's been a great year. I couldn't ask for a better year, minus the pool parties and the other, but they're doing great. Food's selling good. Hamburgers and hot dogs are selling good. So it's been a real good year, a great year, except for those 2 issues.
If the parties aren't doing that well, obviously because of the price, we've got a month and a half left in the season. Can we go ahead and lower that price if we think it's necessary?
What's the other committee members think of this, or Cliff?
Y'all are the ones that set the prices on these. I mean, it's entirely up to you guys what you want to do. If we drop them, we're gonna have to revisit the
Ones that done
the
paid.
9 that have paid, and they're gonna have to get some kind of a discount. Which is just 9, it's not a ton of people. And then the season passes would probably have to be the same way. We could apply it towards another party, not credit them at all, just apply it towards the next party as far as credit wise. Or give them credit towards the next season pass. Anything's possible. We can do. It's our pool. We can do what we want with it within reason.
I suggest we leave it like it is and we can look at all this next year.
Okay, well, then that will lead me into a second question. If we don't have pool parties booked, do we look at maybe trying to add a second late evening during this summer?
We'll try everything, to try to get it, like I said, on Tuesday nights. We're banging. We're 100, 120, 130 people. So those are our biggest nights by far. Even the weekends don't beat it. Our maximum was 168, and our minimum was 1 on Sunday. We had a guy show up on a rainy day, just one dude by himself, hung out 4 hours and left. So definitely the longer hours help. Anything to help offset the price of these chemicals. Chemicals are just eating us up. I said it last year. I went back to Marshall meeting. I said this exact same thing last year. I don't know if it's a weaker chemical, if it's just not the same quality or what, but it's just not, it's not holding up like it was. Last year we were doing, or year before last, we were doing 7 tabs a week in the adult pool. We're doing 30 plus this year. We were at 15 last year and we're at 30 plus this year just to keep the pool hot, and the kiddie pool failed inspection by barely. And to our credit, the guy showed up that morning while we were vacuuming. We hadn't even tested the pools yet to do any additives or anything. So the state, he understood that, but he still had to write us for it. Everything else passed with flying colors, you know, but we had to do a couple of things to please him, minor things, but that's been taken care of. So I can't explain the chemical situation at all. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I buy a different chemical for my house than we use at that pool, and mine's doing the same thing. I don't know how your pool's doing or how anybody else is doing, but I'm buying mine from a different place. And it's more money, but I still can't tell the difference in it. My next purchase will be here because I can't tell the difference.
Right, Cliff, what, if we did add a second, late night, is there a particular one you think that works better? Or is that something you'd have to check and,
I think a Saturday night. I mean, we're open on a weekday. We can do a weekend, either a Friday or Saturday night. Like I said, we need to do something to try to coop some of this, money back. I hate we have to wait till next year to rectify this, but I'm afraid that's gonna be necessary just to keep it fair to the other people, you know. But next year we definitely need to look at something, and, I've said it since I started doing this. I think if we let people in one day for free, they'll spend all their money on food, and, it's not that big a deal. We'll still I think we'll make more money. I may be wrong, but there's a lot of kids in the county that can't afford it and would like to come have fun, and they just can't afford the entry and to be able to eat there. So
well, we've done the free day, like on the 4th of July, I think, in past. Yeah, when they've had the music at the park.
it was a rental, but I mean, yeah, it was a party rental.
Okay, I was thinking, maybe not last year, but I think in some previous years, I think we've done a free day during the music at the park, but no, yeah, whichever. I mean, if Cliff's fine with doing Saturday night, I'll put that in a motion.
Y'all heard the motion to, keep the pool open on Saturday night like we do on Tuesday night to try to recruit where we're not having so many parties. Is there any more discussion on that, or do I have a second? Got a second, motion and a second, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? So how are we gonna get the word out to do that, Cliff? Just to want to come and let them know?
We'll put a sign up, we'll put it on Facebook. It'll get out pretty quick once these girls start sharing it. It'll get out pretty quick. Slammed, yeah. And we're keeping the concession stands open till 8. Sure, yeah. Well, we don't have the restrictions we had last year. Last year we had a HR person in place that, wasn't from here. Yeah, the thing we're gonna note that it happens every year. You can go back and look at the books, the minutes, or watch the videos. Towards halfway through July, 1st of July, middle of July, right after the 4th, it tends to start tapering off. People get tired of coming. So we need to do something to entice them, you know. That's why I like to sell the season passes a little cheaper, just because we've got that money booked up front to carry us through this slow time, because it's gonna slow down. It happens every year. They just get burned out. I got one at the house that's burnt out already. So it's just gonna, it happens every year. I'm sorry.
On the fourth this year, do we got anything booked?
We never take a party on the 4th. That, we've done that before and it hurt a lot of people's feelings, you know, that were there for the music in the park and the fireworks and stuff like that. So, no, we won't do that. It'll be open to the public on the 4th.
But, could we, make a motion to have it free for the fourth?
Sure.
I think that's the plan anyways, but I think it's sounded so.
One day, at least one day, you know, opening day is a good day. You get a lot of people in there. That's when you advertise your parties at the front. You advertise your season passes at the front. They come in and get to check the pool out for nothing. That's the best day to do it, in my opinion, but you can have two of them. 4th of July, you know, that'd be a great day to have it too, but the day one, when they can come in and check things out and see how it's going, how it looks, and the pool sells itself. It's a nice looking pool. We keep it looking nice, every day. I gave you an average of 52 average. I mean, that's saying a lot, of 52 people a day, since we opened it. So that's pretty good.
I make a motion that we, 4th of July, Thursday, it's a Thursday, it'd be free to the public.
Let's extend that a little now because let's talk about it. If y'all want to keep that open till 10 that night because of the fireworks and stuff, then, you know, that would be a good night to do this, one exception in the middle of the week. It would still be open Tuesday and Saturdays, but if we're gonna be open that night, or that evening, we just will be open during the fireworks show.
Yeah, make the correction that we extend the hours. 10 o'clock.
I'm sorry. Park closes at 10, so we have to be wrapped up and gone by 10 o'clock.
I make a motion that this 4th of July, Thursday, that it be open to the public free of charge, until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
See anything else we need to discuss on the pool?
No, sir. It's going great. Like I said, everything we put a new camera system in. It's the same thing we've put in at the shop and at the office, at the convenience center. They work great. They're $700-800 for the set, and I can pull any of them up on my phone and show you anything you want to see there. For the money, they're the best deal I've found. Everything's going good in the park, you know. Little League's doing good. The ball fields are kept looking nice. The park, we're having a great year, man. It's been, knock on wood, this has been a great year. It really has. I say that a lot, but I'm proud of what we do, and you know, I think we take pride in the park, and that's one of the showpieces of Hartsville. You know, every time a visitor comes into town, they say there's a town this small don't have a park this nice anywhere, and we're proud of that.
We never did set a closing date because I think, you know, we had wanted to see if maybe some of those kids would be available during August, either a weekend or after school. Did we ever figure out from them on that?
It's still a little soon to tell. Charlie hadn't said anything whether we can have enough to keep it open late or not. The problem is it would maybe just be in the afternoons or evenings. And, we're really gonna start losing money with that pool running that much chemicals during the day just for a few hours in the afternoons, evenings. So it's gonna be hard to do if we can't keep it open all day. And then I don't know who our clients are gonna be, who's our paying customers at that time.
We do need to be discussing about a closing date. I mean, like I said, the school starts back August the 2nd. That's on a Friday. Thinking, what are y'all thinking on that?
Okay, well, if it start, if school starts back on Friday the 2nd, I'll move that we close on off Friday, August the 4th, you know, or Saturday, excuse me, Sunday, August the 4th. Just stay open that weekend right after.
I'd like to make it Saturday. A lot of times we let the guards Sunday just come in, do their thing, wind down, just have a little get together of their own, kind of a closing party. We meet, discuss all the year's happenings, try to encourage them to come back and do that kind of stuff. So it's entirely up to y'all, but I'd like to make that recommendation for the kids.
Okay, I'll adjust my motion to make it Saturday, August 3rd, closing date.
You want to say about the,
I would like to say something about maybe getting like a homeschool day or something like that to encourage the homeschool families to come out. I don't think we could be exclusive for that day, but maybe if we could find a way to give them just a little bit of a break, you know. Once a year, they gather at the park, and it's probably the busiest the park is. Besides Stanley's auction, the park is almost that packed when they have that day here in Hartsville. So we may talk about it next year, but I'd like to discuss that further in the years coming.
Yeah, I've got a contact with maybe one of the folks in that homeschool association. I can reach out and see if there's a day that would work for them and get with Carrie on that, if that's okay with you.
I figure if we do it on the 4th of July, that's a month from closing, so I can't say if it's 20 or 25 bucks, or just say 25 bucks will get you in today and the rest of the year. You know, that's pretty encouraging. And if the pool's running and I've got to keep those chemicals poured in it, whether there's 5 people there or 75 people there. So if they show up every day, you know, it's still got to be running. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna make money by any means, but we're not losing as much, hopefully. Like I said, it's up and running no matter what. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I'll move that well, I guess starting July 1st, that we start offering because that's a Monday.
Yeah, 4th of July when they come in, because you'll get a lot more people coming in at 4th of July.
Okay.
too.
Okay, starting 4th of July, start offering that what, $25 pass for the remainder of the season? Is that what you were?
I think
Okay, make sure I was understanding. It didn't- Well, that was my motion, is that we start making those available on July 4th, but we off, you know,
For the rest of the
yeah, offering the first season. So if somebody comes on the 6th, they can still get the pass for the rest of the summer at the same price. Basically have it available from July 4th on. But
The 4th through the 11th was his motion for a week.
My motion was that, those have available from July 4th, but they're available anytime after that. So we make those of July 13th, still get it.
Okay.
For the rest of the season.
All right. Well, y'all wanna talk about some prices for next year so we can start advertising that while we got these people coming in, or? You wanna?
That's all I got under pool seasons. Anything else we need to bring up? Not, we'll move into others. Anything other we need to bring up tonight? Anything under other? All righty, we'll move into public comment. Yes, sir.
My name is Lucas Reyes. I'm the owner of Hartsel Farm Fitness, the owner of Cam's Pet Supply, and I'm the founder of the Business and Investor Group. And I guess I'm here talking about the Business and Investor Group. We are a group of 60 local businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and business hopefuls. And I guess I'm asking mostly today for a place for us to meet and gather so we can have these meetings, because right now we're meeting in the pet store. We've tried to meet at Goose Creek, and it's getting pretty crowded. The business is growing. And we really just gathered to talk about ways to market business, way to promote business, way to run your business. Right now, I'm being the middleman for a men's clothier that's trying to come to town and a group of investors. So I'm trying to help them communicate and get a building for them. I'm also talking with a mercantile and apothecary. They're also talking with investors, and I'm just signing off on things, seeing if the business plan looks correctly and it passes my table and I approve that, and then it gets investment. We just need a bigger place to meet. I went down to the I guess City Hall today, and I spoke to Ms. Carey today about using the community center. And she said it's $200 for us to meet and have these meetings, and it's just once a month, just for a 2-hour meeting. And she advised me to come down here and talk to you guys. I was hoping maybe we can get some type of waiver for that, because it genuinely is the businesses in this community. You know, I invest all my time and effort in this community, and I invest probably an additional 40 hours a week helping other businesses thrive in this community. And I just want to have a space where we can meet. And I was thinking, even if we can make it work with a day that's already blocked off, like the days that the chamber meets up there, we could just meet in the evening after them. It's already a day that's been reserved for no revenue. So just open to suggestions on that. If you can think of anywhere we can meet, I just can't, we don't collect dues, you know, we provide information for free. So affording $200 every time we want to get together is quite a heavy load. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we just need a bigger space to meet, so. Okay, perfect, yeah. Thank you.